Hello, inmates. Welcome to Twisted Chamber. I'm Natasha.
I'm Kat.
Hi, guys.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. We are here again.
Yes, we are.
Another episode.
Yes, another episode.
Another creepy tale.
Yeah, I'm excited for today. I hope you guys are.
Yeah, spooky season.
This is spooky season.
Yeah.
Welcome to October.
October month. I'm literally so excited about this month. The fact that all of my monthly stories coming up are all going to be spooky related. I'm not going to do a single crime one. It's going to be ghosts, demons, and horrible things.
Well, that sounds exciting. I love Halloween.
Oh, it's so nice.
I love Halloween.
I love Halloween.
I didn't dress up last year. I think that was the first ever in my life that I've not dressed up.
I dress up every year.
Yeah.
Because I like to scare the
You're
kids.
very good at it.
I scare the children that come and knock on my door.
Yeah, you do.
And I'm awful, but I enjoy the little looks on their faces. And then they knock on my door, and then they go and find their mums, and they hold their mum's hand, wait for me to come out, and then I come out, and then mum's like, "It's okay, it's just Asha, it's fine," and I give them sweets, and they're terrified. Is that me?
Oh, it's just that time of year, isn't
It
it? It's just so jolly.
I've already been thinking about what we're gonna, because I think we're doing a dress up episode, aren't we?
Yeah, because we are filming on Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, and we will try and get that episode out that night. So it's like a special Halloween. Gonna dress up.
I know. I've been thinking about outfits.
Okay.
Anyone has any ideas?
Oh, yeah.
I love a DIY outfit.
Oh yeah.
And I need some ideas.
Yeah.
So send them over.
Send them over. Yeah. Email us twistedchamber@yahoo.com. Any Halloween ideas?
Yeah.
I already planned mine. So
have you? Yeah. I'm so bad. I look at everything and I'm like, oh, I want to do that.
I've already decided on the makeup, the prosthetics I'm going to use. Everything's going to be scary.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Well, are we going to get into our story very quick?
I think so.
Yeah. I think that's what we want to do.
I think so. I've just
been
excited.
Yeah. I know. You've been really looking forward to telling me. I have been.
And so the story that I'm about to tell you, when I wrote it or when I was researching it and looking at all the details about it, I was actually in America with my fiance. The search engine in America is so different to when it is when I'm in the UK. When I put something in and it comes up with ghostly stuff, of course, it's centered all over the US. So I got a different caliber of stories that I then wrote down so that I could research them when I got here, because of course they show us stuff usually located England wise.
Well, yeah.
You know, that's the first searches that come up. But this one is, I'm excited.
I am very excited to listen.
Ready?
Yes, okay. I'm ready.
So entitled The Vanishing Hitchhiker, Resurrection Mary. Resurrection Mary. Yup.
I think you always have to say it like whispering.
Resurrection Mary. Yeah.
Yeah. Just for dramatic
effect. Okay. So resurrection.
That's funny, isn't it?
Funny. Okay, so Resurrection Mary is a well-known ghost story or urban legend from Chicago. For over 80 years, people have been told and have been talking about the vanishing hitchhiker. Since the 1930s, several men driving northeast along Archer Avenue between Willowbrook Ballroom and Resurrection Cemetery. Best name for a cemetery.
It is pretty good.
So good. If you're going to be buried somewhere, Resurrection Cemetery would be my choice of place.
You know, I'm coming back.
Yes, I'm gonna be back. Driving between Willowbrook Ballroom and Resurrection Cemetery have reported picking up a young woman. She is dressed in a white dress with light blonde hair and blue eyes, and some have said she has a thin shawl, dancing shoes, and carries a small clutch. Once drivers pick her up, she sits in the back of the car until they near Resurrection Cemetery, where she vanishes and can be seen disappearing through the gates into the cemetery. Now, the story of Mary, they say that Mary had spent the evening dancing with her boyfriend at the Old Henry Ballroom, which changed names. They had gotten into a fight and she left. She started walking up Archer Avenue and didn't get very far, and she was hit and killed by a hit-and-run driver. Her parents were the ones to find her body. They were horrified and grief-stricken by the state.
Well, of course they would be.
Yes, honestly,
of course
having
they would.
to find her themselves.
Oh my God.
Like, really, yeah. They buried her body in Resurrection Cemetery wearing a beautiful white dress and dancing shoes, and the driver was never found. So I was looking online to see whether this was true, because obviously ghost story, urban legend,
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
So there are two different types. What? Sorry. Two different people that I have found that stories, death-related stories, fit Mary's. The first lady is called Mary Burgery. Yes. She was born on the 7th of April 1912 and died March 10th, 1934. She was buried in Resurrection Cemetery and is believed to be in an unmarked grave next to her mum and dad. She's one of the Marys that is reported to have been buried in Resurrection Cemetery.
Oh, wow, okay.
The second one is called Anna Norcos. She was born on the 14th of September 1914, and she died on the 20th of July 1927. She was 12 years old. She was killed on her way home from dancing by a hit and run car, and the driver was never found. The mix of both of these seem like the legend or the ghost of the young girl has been given the name of Mary from being buried in the cemetery. So
wow.
Yes. So there have been lots of reports through the years of Resurrection Mary being along Archer Avenue. The first was Jerry Paulus. He was out one night at a dance hall where he met a stunning blonde and they hit it off right away. They were dancing and laughing, and they even shared a kiss. He described her as having cold hands and a warm heart. At the end of the evening, Jerry offered her a lift home, and she had told him that she lived in the South Side. But when he asked her where she wanted to go, she told him to go down Archer Avenue, which was in the opposite direction. Jerry did what she asked. As they drove towards Resurrection Cemetery, she disappeared before his eyes. Wanting answers.
You are kidding me.
No.
That is the most scariest thing
Yes.
ever.
Yes.
Could you imagine looking over and being like, yeah, this girl's amazing. We made out on the dance floor. You look over and she just vanishes before your eyes.
Yeah.
You'd think you were insane.
Well, you would, especially if you kissed her and you've laughed and danced and you've had a good time, and then she just vanishes. Like, you're driving her home. You might get a little kiss on the way home in the car. Poof, she's gone.
Could you imagine if that's real? Could you imagine if that actually happened to that person?
Yes. Well,
insane forever.
You would definitely need therapy. Well, the next day he wanted answers. You know, he's at the ballroom with this girl. They were dancing. They were having a great time. She's vanished. So he wanted answers. So he drove to the address that Mary had given him, and he knocked on the door, and an older woman answered, and he described his night, described the girl, and said that this was where she said that she lived. And the woman said, that sounds like my daughter, but she died 3 years ago. And that was the beginning of the legend.
Wow.
Yes.
What a crazy legend.
Yes. Legend or true story.
Yeah.
Because there are other people. So Matthew Fisher, 32 years old, said that he saw a woman walking along Archer Avenue about 3 a.m. in the morning. Because it was so late, he pulled over and offered her a lift. Fisher said it was the weirdest thing he'd ever done or seen. She told him to pull up in front of a huge cemetery. He was going to ask why, but when he turned round in his seat, she had vanished. He didn't hear the door open. He didn't hear any noise. She literally just vanished from the back of his car.
Oh my God. That would drive me insane.
It would just freak me out.
I would go and drive straight to the hospital and say, right, please test me.
I think I don't know, if I'd seen her go into the cemetery, I think I would have to get out and go in.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going in with it. I'm not gonna go in with her.
I would just, especially if is it a trick of my eyes that she vanished? Is it because they're seeing she's a young girl? What are you doing going in the cemetery? Like I that would be my concern, would be what? And then it wouldn't be until I went in the cemetery that maybe I'd be a bit like, oh shit, she vanished.
Yeah.
Bitch
Oh,
gone.
she's not here.
Yeah.
She disappeared.
She
Into
disappeared.
thin air.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, no. There was also another report of 7 young men, all out, friends, all out one night. They said they come across a woman. She was cold to the touch. She had long blonde hair and blue eyes. They got her to dance, talking away. And again, they were aware of how beautiful this young woman was. At the end of the evening, she asked one of them to take her home. She gave the driver odd directions, only saying, go north along Archer Avenue. And once they got near the cemetery again, she vanished from the car and again was seen walking through the gates of Resurrection Cemetery.
The fact that there's more accounts of exactly the same thing that happened to certain people.
Yes.
That's weird.
That's very weird. What exactly that? People that didn't know each other, different time periods.
It's very
in
consistent.
Time. Very consistent. Another one, a cab driver in the 1970s claimed to have seen a young woman standing outside Resurrection Cemetery. He pulled over, and as she walked towards the car, she vanished. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's never happened to me before.
No, never to me before.
But
I'm not sure I would
wow.
pick. I'm not. If it was 3 a.m. in the morning and I was driving with somebody else, then maybe I would pick up somebody along the side of the road.
No.
A female,
No.
not a male.
No.
It's 3 o'clock, especially if she looked
No.
young and lost. I wouldn't be able to drive past somebody who looked young, female, walking across the road.
Yes, if it was a young kid.
Yes.
Walking, yeah, of course I would stop. Yes.
I wouldn't do it if I was by myself.
No.
Sorry. I have to be somebody else in the car because people are mean and people of all ages can kill.
Please do not pick up hitchhikers. It's probably a bad idea.
It's a bad idea.
It's a bad
At
idea.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, but seeing somebody, I can imagine in a white, it all screams innocence, white dress, sad, cold, walking along the road, like, and then, yeah, she just
disappears.
Yeah.
No.
But Archer Avenue is one of the most haunted highways in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's located in Justice, Illinois. The road has a number of ghosts. Most are active at each end where there are both cemeteries located, and each cemetery has its own spooky story.
Okay, so explain that again. How are they set up?
So Archer Avenue is a long stretch of road. It's windy. It goes through forests and lakes, and at each end there's cemeteries.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so each end there's cemeteries. Ghost monks are said to haunt the road at St. James Stag Church, because there's also a church there too. The Grey Baby lurks at the Sacred Heart Cemetery. And phantom horse riders cross the street near 95th and Heath. So there's stages all along that road where there is activity. Now, for the purpose of the Halloween and for everything else to continue for this month, I looked, and there were other stories to basically delve into, which at a later date, I will be referring back to this story and Archer Road as it is, because it is a very haunted road.
Wow.
And all of these ghosts share Archer Avenue with Resurrection Mary. So who is Resurrection Mary? Is she a ghost of a young woman cursed to walk the road for eternity, wanting to go home but she can't? Is it a story made up to spook late night drivers driving along Archer Avenue? Who is she? Yeah.
The fact that on this road there's other ghosts.
Yes.
That's crazy, isn't
that
it?
All have stories of their own, all have sightings and people seeing them, hearing the monks chanting. There's a whole plethora of stories to this road.
That's crazy.
It's a very old road.
Yeah, but to have a cemetery on one end and then on the other end, as it ends, another cemetery. Yeah. That's insane to me.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it used to be, if I remember rightly, when I was researching it, it is a old Native American trail. It's that old, this road. So it's had a lot of stuff happen on that particular road at one point in history. There's been some traveling accidents and incidents. There's been some people being moved when they shouldn't have been moved, and
oh, you're kidding. No.
Can I please?
Oh, wow. Well, I apologize for that.
As I said before, we're raw, recording live and doing our thing, not in a studio. So I just literally almost had a heart attack.
I can't wait to watch this back, even for myself. If you guys want to watch us being scared to death by the door, please come onto YouTube.
And I really hope that maybe some of you also jumped too while you're listening to this with your headphones on or in your car. And if you did jump, please, would you message us and let us know?
Yeah.
Please, thank you very much. So I was saying that the road has had a lot of history, and the Native Americans, they were moved along it against their will sometimes and things like that. So there's a lot of history to do with this road, and it's definitely haunted. There's a lot of accounts, and
well, that is a lot of accounts that have said the same thing.
Yes.
If they didn't know each other,
Yes.
they're not related. It's not like friends of friends of friends that
No.
have said the same story. It sounds to me like it's just happened to random people that didn't really know the story.
Yes. And also the police, which I forgot to say, the police constantly get calls from people driving past, ringing saying, hey, we just want to let you know there's a young girl walking along Archer Avenue, she may be picking up. People that haven't stopped to pick her up have rung the authorities to
because I'm not gonna lie, no, I'm not going to pick up a girl on the side of the road at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna assume you're on meth. I'm gonna assume you're on drugs.
If she was of a certain age and I was like you and I, Wally and I, like there was a group of us in the car and she looked about 15 years old, and I would be slightly concerned, so I would pull over. Not necessarily I would pull my window down and be like, is everything okay? Do we need to call the police? That would be my thing. Like,
don't come into my car yet.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and frisk you. Let me go ahead and see. Yeah. You don't have anything on you before you get into my car.
Yes. So there's that level, but some people have driven past and they've called the police. So there's a record of people ringing, seeing this.
That's crazy. Because could you think like 911 calls coming in randomly, like, hey, there's a girl on the side of the road, and police officers going, yeah, don't worry, just keep going. That's just Mary out there.
Mary.
She's just gonna wander around the street.
Yeah, she'll disappear in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
she's okay.
Because if you pick her up, she'll disappear quicker. So just leave her to it.
At least she doesn't kill people. There are stories like ghost things of people getting hurt by things they picked up along the side of the road,
or having it walking across the street and getting into a car accident. Yes, that also happens quite a lot.
Yes, it does. And also as well, Resurrection Cemetery, I have pictures of the actual gates. And there's handprints, and the gates actually look like somebody's tried to pull the gates apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so there's like pictures as well.
Yeah, there's pictures. I will post them on our Instagram. They will be on there for people to see.
Oh, good. Go on Twisted Chamber on our Instagram to look at them.
And also Facebook. Also Facebook. If you don't have Instagram and you prefer Facebook, we've got Twisted Chamber on Facebook as well. It is a public group right now, but it will be becoming private very soon, because obviously I don't want us to get banned. People get upset about things.
We don't want that.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No.
Well, I love that story.
Yeah, right.
It's very good.
I love a highway ghost. Like back in the car.
Oh, I would just hate it though, wouldn't you? If you were just like driving in the middle of nowhere, like on a dark road. And you look in your rear view mirror and there's someone in the back of your car.
That is an actual urban legend. That one is. That's that urban legend. And usually somebody driving behind you is flashing their lights to tell you that some killer's in the back of your car, and they ignore it and then they end up getting killed at the end of it. That's the thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How do you feel when I leave yours? How do I feel when I leave yours in the dark? And I'm driving down these roads with like trees hanging, and then yeah, it's very dark.
There's no street
There's no
lights
street
where
lights.
I live.
There's not any street lights where
No.
you live. So Resurrection Mary could be walking down the road and she'd get in the back of my car.
There is probably a lot of things walking around, but more like muntjacs and
Yeah.
deer and
T-Rex pheasants.
Yeah, oh, they do look like little T-Rexes, don't they?
Yeah, if you don't know, do you have pheasants in America?
No, they do not.
Do you
actually.
have pheasants
No, they
in America?
don't.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
Oh, okay, well, any American listeners, please go onto YouTube or where you can find videos and Google pheasant running, and it runs like a T-Rex. It runs like a T-Rex, and
it's just missing the little arms.
Yeah, I feel like that needs to be on a t-shirt. Runs like a T-Rex. Sorry.
We're gonna have pheasant t-shirts coming out soon
with like cross eyes.
Oh,
it's been shot down because they do hunt them.
Oh, they
bang bang. Right. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I have a written in ghost story from one of our podcast fans.
Hey, yay! Love that.
So I'm gonna apologize right now. I'm not the most confident reader, everyone. Who knew dyslexia could you could struggle with that?
Oh, dyslexia.
So we're gonna read this nice and slow. And if I do a little mumble, well, we're gonna deal with it.
We're gonna deal with it. It's fine. It was my turn last time. It's your turn this time.
That's right.
It's okay. I'm excited.
Good.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Right. So this person says, my childhood home was deeply haunted. Everyone who lived in the house knew it. Mom, grandparents, brother. We lived there from 1997 to 2016, but the house was built in the 70s. Over the years, I had come to the conclusion that there was a dark entity living in the basement and a little boy ghost who lived upstairs. The boy was, now this word, I'm gonna say it, benevolent. Thank you. Yeah. As a child, I would occasionally hear him humming a tune or see him out of the corner of my eye. I think he would even play with my toys when I was at school. Regardless, he never tried to hurt me or make me feel fear. Although I stopped being able to see the little boy ghost, after a while, the dark spirit only got worse with time. It would open cabinets and doors, turn off lights, move things, and use our voices. It would frequently use my mother's voice or my voice to lure us to the basement. I have to take a breath there. Woo! Basement. Oh. The house was ranch style, so the basement was huge. The floors were tile over concrete, and overall it was mostly finished. Back in the day, it housed our laundry room, computer room, and storage in the unfinished part. I have a very specific, oh, I can't say that word. Sorry, everyone. See?
Pacific.
Thank you.
Pacific, no, that's an ocean. That's
no, don't say ocean. Pacific Ocean. Specific.
Yes.
I have to say it very slow. Dyslexia.
Yes.
I have a very specific memory of watching shows with my mom on the couch one summer. It was late, and the only light we had from was the TV. We were laughing along to whatever was playing when we started hearing noises coming from the basement. We heard it at the same time and immediately looked at each other with concern. Mom paused the TV to make sure we were really hearing what we thought we were hearing. Sure enough, we could hear what sounded like our eyes. Sorry guys. Sure enough, we could hear what sounded like our computer chair rolling along the tile. It was a very familiar sound because we frequently use the computer room. Our eyes filled with fear, tears. My mom reassured me in a very calm tone of voice and proceeded to walk down the wood stairs to the basement to check it out. She had only been gone a moment, and when she came back up, she looked at me and said, "Weird. There is no one down there. Seems fine though." Mom turned on the kitchen light and sat back down on the couch with me. It wasn't until 9 years later, after we moved out of the house, that she told me her side of the story. While cooking dinner one night, she asked me if I remembered the night we heard the rolling chair. I whipped my head around and said, "Yes, why?" She told me that she had actually been hearing the noises the whole time we were watching TV. Not only did she hear the chair, but the sound of someone coming up the stairs. She had tears welled up in her eyes when she said, "I actually saw the rolling chair come to a stop. A hard stop. As if someone had been pushing it around, then jerked to a halt when I looked at it. It was making noise the entire time I walked down." I could not believe it. "Why didn't you say anything?" I replied. All she said was that she didn't want to seem afraid, not only for me, but for her own sake. My mom believes that she shouldn't show fear when it comes to the paranormal. How great is that story? I hope I didn't butcher it. I have to say,
no,
thank you so much.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This is from Kelly, from the podcast Goul Beans.
Love those two.
Thank you so much, girls.
Yes, thank you.
That was amazing.
Yes.
If you don't know, Goul Beans is another podcast. You can follow them on Instagram.
Yeah, they're also on YouTube as well. I've been listening to their podcast, which has been, I'm enjoying it, and they do some funny stuff on their Instagram as well, so it's worth giving them a little look online, because they are good.
Yes.
But she does actually elaborate, because I've listened to the first couple of episodes, and I think the first episode she actually elaborates a little bit more about her haunted house. So as an extension, I'm actually really happy that she wrote us in with her ghost story, for us to kind of, I feel like we're like pairing it up a bit. But yeah, it's a nice little story. I have a thing about that story is using their voices.
That is so scary to me.
Yeah, if
you ran over to like hearing your mom's voice and getting there and
she's not there.
No one's there.
No one's there. Yeah.
And calling you down to the basement. No. But once again, run.
Exactly. I've had that happen to me. I've had my name being called, and actually I had my name being called and somebody asked for a ham sandwich. My mum asked me for a ham sandwich. Like from
I can't
upstairs.
help but laugh because that is too funny.
It's funny. From upstairs, I have had it.
Hey, Natasha,
make me a ham sandwich.
I'm hungry. I want a ham sandwich.
Yeah, and I go to the bottom of my stairs and I'm like, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
Yeah, no.
So that I can relate to that, and that's freaky.
Yeah, but
it's very freaky.
See, you would have. I wonder if it just sounded exactly the same, or was there like a weird other tone, or you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, or does it sound like your mom and like you, like to a T? That's even cool.
Yeah, my voice I heard sounded exactly like my mum.
Wow.
Like my mum wasn't even home.
See, that creeps me out.
And I'm not very good with basements at the best of times.
I hate a basement.
So can you imagine going down the stairs and seeing a chair like,
like
spin it, and then like all of a sudden just stops.
Like a full halt.
Like a full halt. That is like, right, like that's scary.
That creeps me out more, because if it was like violently moving and you walk down the stairs and it just that I'd be like, okay, sweetheart, we're going to grandma's house. We're going to grandma's.
We're gonna get out.
Or we're getting a hotel room.
Yes.
We are going out of this house.
Yes.
Oh, that's so scary to me.
Yeah, but the mum at the end saying that she doesn't want to show them fear, like I believe that's a very good again, for your own sake and for their sake, because sometimes I wonder if you are scared whether they play on that a bit more.
Well,
because is it fun for them?
All energy is gonna feed off fear, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yes.
So
yeah. That was a good one.
That was good.
Cat scare meter from 1 to 10. What are we rating
it? See, I always think it's scarier when like it's mom and a kid. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh my God, how scary would it be if you're there with your child and you're hearing things in the house?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say it's a good 8 for me.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
like
thank you so much, Goul Beans.
Yeah, thank you, Goul Beans. Check them out. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
On Instagram. Look on Instagram. Yes. Love it.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great episode.
Yeah, that was good.
That was fun.
It was fun. I enjoyed that. It was good stories. I'm just liking the theme for Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm liking the running theme.
Ghosty.
I want to get some genuine scares.
Yeah.
Like I have, I'm going to give a little sneak peek of some stuff. I have a demonic story for next week.
Amazing.
Yeah, which you have not read because it wasn't available for you to read.
Oh,
this was somebody sent this to me via a different section of stuff, and they sent it to me. They didn't want it to be known. Oh no, that's a different story. Sorry, the one I've got next week, she does want it to be known because she wants it to be a lesson for people. A lesson. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, which it's a definite lesson.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're learning lessons.
We're learning lessons through Halloween. Demonic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also have some cool ones coming up, but I'm not going to say anything.
No, it's fine.
I'm not, because mine are going to be in a different type of a theme.
Oh, okay.
More of a real life theme.
Okay. Oh no, scarier than actual.
Real life themes that you would think would be in a movie. It's so ridiculous. So
yeah. So this check us out. Obviously YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcast as well. Everything is Twisted Chamber.
Yeah.
Apart from our TikTok is Twisted Chamber 666. I'm sorry, I couldn't help the little 666 on the end. Like I had to put it on.
Yeah, you had to put it on.
Had to be on there somewhere. Yeah.
So go and follow us on any platform because we have every single one.
Every single one. The photos from today's episode will be on Instagram and in our Facebook group as well. So like the pages, and if you come across us on YouTube, we'd really love it if you hit the subscribe button.
Come on.
Give us we're close to 100.
Hey, we're getting there.
We're getting there, which is amazing so far anyway.
So good.
So please hit the subscribe button. We would appreciate it a lot.
And likes on everything.
On everything.
like.
Press that button.
Yeah, press that button. But that was fun. And we can't wait to see you guys next week.
Yep, we will let you go now.
Yeah.
Next time you might not be so lucky. Bye, mates.
Bye.